Hi, this is Charles with Zana Labs. It's January 19th here in the Northeast. It's pretty cold, so I thought about creating a video for what are some good ways to expand our gardening knowledge over the winter. It's nice to sometimes think about the green spring that's coming up. And a good way to do that is with some of the good books. I'm going to go over 3 of them that I like today, and it's not so much the best gardening book for any specific topic, but 3 that I think show the principles of what one wants to do while they're growing. The first book that I'd ever picked up was this John Seymour's The New Self-Sufficient Gardener. Not only is it a fantastic book for what John has in it, but it's full of this fantastic artwork all the way through it that I believe his wife had drew. One thing to remember is, well, I'm here in the United States. John did most of his gardening in the UK, so there's a little bit of differences. For instance, he puts a lot of emphasis on growing broad beans, and it's pretty tough here for us. We especially where I'm at here in PA, it's far too hot, and they won't grow well. So you got to be careful for a few differences, but for the most part, it's an awesome book on the fundamentals of what one would want to do for maintaining a healthy and nutritious home garden in a very small amount of space as well. And with the urban gardening I do, it was very important to that. The foundations of a lot of what John does is in this book by John Jeavons, How to Grow More Vegetables than you ever thought possible on less land than you can imagine. Here's that one. This is fantastic to have as a reference and also to show much of the principles of how anyone anywhere, literally anywhere in the world, can take whatever land they're doing, make it better with very few resources, just the very basic things around them. And it's a fantastic reference for no matter what type of gardening you do, a lot of the spacings and a lot of things you're going to want to look at if you're starting from seed to propagate them, and any potential issues you might have with transplanting if you're growing them out of flats. Really the foundations of those 2 lead to a lot of what you get in Mel Bartholomew's book, All New Square Foot Gardening. Mel's book is fantastic, especially for people here in the United States that might have a little extra resources to buy, not only to have the resources to buy some of the soils they need, but just a place to get them. You're not going to, if you're living on an island in the Philippines, you're not going to be able to find a big, huge bag of vermiculite. Here, it's hard enough to find, but for the soil mixes he does and for what someone has to do to get growing well, he really does a good job with it, because it's not labor intensive. With what he has laid out, you can get going fantastic in the first year. So I really liked that. And, well, if you're trying to grow to feed a whole family, the other books are probably going to be better for most of the people in the world. But if you have the extra resources, you might not have the physical ability to do some of the work in digging from the other books. His is a fantastic way to do it. Once I tried it, I was really impressed. It seemed a little cheesy at first with how I was doing it, but it really makes you able to get so much out of such a small space that I like it. So those are the 3 that I think are some great winter reading for anyone who's interested. This is your host Charles at Zana Labs. We'll see you next time.